Now that I'm back to normal, you're no match for me! Final Flash!
I think that person is a Super Saiyan.
Like hell he is!
Spiky gold hair, incredible power.
You don't know that he's a Super Saiyan!
Is that me? Is that me stronger than me? I'll f***ing kill me!
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
Do you guys think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero deserves a Season 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. On top of, if we do get a Season 2, what would your major change be to make Season 2 better than Season 1? Guys, it has been a hot minute, but I'm back. Trickster J here, bringing you that maximum effort and sensational content for you guys today. Guys, I have a plan for a potential Season 2. Now, hear me out. If they implement these are certain things that I would want them to implement for Season 2, and if they implement these, I'm pretty sure the community will be happy. But if you want to get to that, timestamps will be down below. So I'm going to kick off this video by saying RHYMESTYLE is right. Yes, RHYMESTYLE is right. Now, if you don't know who RHYMESTYLE is, he's a big time YouTuber in the Dragon Ball community, and he posted a video the other day, and the first thing I think that came out of his mouth was, we need to be more vocal as a community. Because if we're more vocal as a community, Bandai will realize, Sparking Zero will realize, okay, cool, these guys want more maps, these guys want more customizational items, these guys want these specific characters, which gives them more of an idea of what we want as opposed to what they think we want or what they want to give us. Because I'm pretty sure they don't want to give us something that we don't want, because they won't want to, they want to make money. So why give us something we don't want as opposed to something we do want? You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, 100% he's right. We do need to be more vocal. I don't know what you guys are saying. We have been more vocal. In under every one of their, you know, trailers and stuff like that, we've been asking for more maps, this, more that, Super 17, PyCon, and all that other good stuff, but they haven't given it to us. Yes, that is very true. We have been vocal as a community, but I feel like now that they know, you know, the map that we got, it's a good step. I don't know if that's because they heard us or they just already had that planned, but it's a great step in the right direction, because I've been playing the map and all that other good stuff, and I have not heard one bad thing about the map. It's very destructible, it looks good, it's such a different aesthetic to all the other maps. It's not like it's just a recreation of something they already have. They've actually built this map from the ground up, which is amazing. You've got to praise that regardless of what you want to think of Sparking Zero. You have to praise the fact that the detail on the map, it looks great. It looks great. And guys, I really do believe we as a community are the reason why we got this new map, because technically speaking, and I'll give it to them on this one, they did not promise us a new map. All they promised us was characters, and that's it. That's all we saw. Underneath the little icons, stuff like that, never said anything about a new map. So we vocalized this from the beginning of Season 1 to the very end, and look, we finally got one. So RHYMESTYLE is right on that. If we vocalize what we want respectfully, may I add, you don't need to be trashing them or whatnot, just respectfully, you know, underneath their trailers and stuff like that, be like, listen, would love a new map, this, that, and the other, or, you know, would love more customizational items, or this game needs more of this or that, or would love to see the Tamagami's next DLC, or whatever the case may be. Re-vocalize like that, we should be good to go. And not just getting what we want, it creates a good relationship between Bandai and the community that they're trying to please. Like, I say implement a feedback system, where after every DLC, give or take like a couple months afterwards, they should give us a form to quickly fill out, and then we get an extra Dragon Ball if we fill it out, or we get one of the Super Dragon Ball, get one of the Super Dragon Balls if we fill it out, and explain to them what we would like, or what we would want changed, or what needs to be nerfed, buffed, implemented. If we did that, and then they actually went through and saw what the majority of the community wanted, I'm telling you now, we would have had so much more. Now, I don't know if they actually have this or not, we just haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure they don't, because we would have all been on it. So I think they need a feedback system. After every DLC, after a couple months of playing it, give us Super Dragon Balls for it, give us like 1 or 2 Super Dragon Balls for it, but have us fill out a 3-minute to 5-minute long form and just express what we would want changed. I think that would go great. What we need from Season 2. Now, first things first, we need a proper roadmap. Like, I'm cool with what they gave us with like just the past and them showing us, okay, we're getting this character, this character, this character, but I want a proper roadmap. I want them to go, okay, new event happening on between this weekend and this weekend, this DLC's dropping here, mystery character dropping there. So where Charlotte just magically came in, just let us know that there's going to be a mystery character there. Have us guessing, have us think, oh shoot, who is this mystery character going to be? So yeah, I want like a proper roadmap with event dates and stuff like that, and I want them, yes, to have more events during the season. This next season, I'm gonna pretend that this next season is actually happening. So the way I talk, I'm just saying that this next season is actually happening. It's not been confirmed or anything. I'm just talking as if, okay guys? But for this next season, I would want them to be doing season events like they should have done for this season, where they should have had like a Tamagami and then us fight the Tamagami for a chance to drop a Super Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? But you have to use the Daima characters if you want a better chance or to take them out quicker or whatnot. Like what they've been doing, but like Daima themed. You know what I'm saying? So I want more events, and I want them to be labeled out clearly on the roadmap. I want to know clearly with the DLCs dropping and stuff like that. And hear me out. I do not want them to give us what they gave us before, where they said, oh, we're going to be getting 25 plus characters in this DLC. No, none of that. The reason why I say this is because they're limiting who they can have in the season. Because like you've seen in season 1, they only have 6 characters. Now, I'm pretty sure if they really could, they could probably add the Tamagamis, but because they had to stay within the 25 plus range, that's what happened. We didn't get the characters, we didn't get all the characters that we wanted, which is, you know, quote unquote, the Tamagamis. Now, in this next season, if they just keep it open and say, new characters, new maps, new customizational items, and much more. That's all they need to do. They don't need to go 25 plus characters or whatever the case may be. Just say new this, new that, and much more. Leave it open, because you leave it open and you drop the DLC, you're not limited to a certain amount of characters within one DLC, which means we can get a plethora of characters. If one DLC is top heavy, where you've got a bunch of characters in the first DLC, like the Dragon Ball Super Superhero DLC that they released for Sparking Zero, that was top heavy, as opposed to the Daima Pack 2 that literally had half the amount of characters that they had in the first DLC. You get what I'm saying? So like I say, keep it open so that you can put in the amount of characters you want for each DLC, and it's not, you're not limiting yourselves, you know? Season 2 needs more customizational outfits, and I'm not talking about outfit variations where it changes your moveset on that specific character or adds on Super Saiyan or whatnot. No, I'm just talking about regular outfits, regular, you know, items that you can throw on your back and just customize, you know, throw on your back like a power pole or whatever the case may be. Stuff like that Sparking Zero needs, because a lot of people, like I said, we're talking about Squadra and how you can do all of that in Squadra and stuff like that, and have different color variations to, you know, the regular gi that Goku wears and stuff like that. And Sparking Zero can do a lot better than that. They can literally give Goku his tracksuit that he wore to King Kai's planet, or give Gohan his Orange Star school uniform, or even with the Daima pack that they just released, they could have given us Daima Goku, you know when Pansy gave him different clothes to wear so he can wash his clothes? Yeah, the night outfit that Pansy gave Goku. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that they could have done, and it would have been easy to do, but I don't see, it's just missed opportunities for them, and they definitely need this in Season 2. Also, a side note as well, right? They need to update Shenron, because at the minute, all he's doing is feeding me money. I'm not talking about the Namekian Dragon Balls, and I'm not talking about the Super Dragon Balls. Shenron in general, they need to update. Like, they need to give him more than just give us money after we got all the nameplates and stuff like that, because I'm rich, I don't need no more money. 180 million% this season needs more maps. Now I'm gonna try and keep it really real with you guys. I would want a map at the very beginning of the season, the middle of the season, and the end of the season. But I gotta be realistic, and a lot of you guys told me in my previous video that it takes time for them to develop a map the way they do, and the fact that it's destructible and all that stuff, and it's gonna be built from the ground up, it will take time. Fair enough. So what I would say is make a new map at the very beginning of the season and the very end, which gives you time in both. Before you announce this next season, you should have a map in mind and fair play to that. We'll take the one map at the very beginning and the one map at the end. The perfect situation for this would have been Season 1, where they give us the Red Ribbon Army map at the very beginning, obviously to coincide with Dragon Ball Super Superhero, right? And then the Daima map at the very end, which they did at the end of the season. You get what I'm saying? And as a community, I don't think we just wanted a plethora of maps. Yes, there's maps that they missed, but I generally don't think we wanted just a plethora of maps. Yes, you know, the most iconic maps I thought would have already been in the game, like Kami's Lookout and stuff like that. But fair enough, they're not in the game. At least give us maps for the DLCs if we're not gonna get maps on a random. You know what I'm saying? And maps or DLCs, you could time them out. One at the beginning, one at the end. A lot of you have stressed this under my previous video. We need more game modes. Offline and online. There was this game mode that I used to love playing in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I think it's like you keep battling over and over again with this one character. You pick a character, you keep battling over and over and over again. Different characters keep appearing until you go through like the whole roster, and then it ends when you either beat the entire roster or your health depletes or whatnot. That game mode would have been amazing offline. It would have been a way to farm Dragon Balls as well, because have it be a chance to drop a Super Dragon Ball or Namekian Dragon Ball or whatnot. Have that be a way to drop a Dragon Ball, and people would farm that. People would enjoy that. They said that they were thinking about implementing 2v2s and duos and stuff like that online. I guess that's done now. Like they're not really thinking about that, because they said that they had it up in the air, but you know, it would be a very hard thing to implement and stuff like that, which is, I understand that. I definitely understand it would be a very hard thing to implement, working from the ground up with that. But I feel like that would bring so much life. So much people would be jumping on doing duos, even trios or whatever the case may be. But I don't know why they don't implement these things. They know that we've been vocal about more game modes and more stuff to do offline, because it just seems like everyone just plays ranked and then online battles and that's it. You just hop off after that. Like I said before, have some events going on. You know what would have been perfect if they did implement the Tamagamis? Have a Daima event going on for the time span of the Daima DLC, where you fight a Tamagami, it drops a Super Dragon Ball. It doesn't have to drop obviously the Dragon Balls they have in Daima, but let it drop a Super Dragon Ball or whatnot. Have a chance for it to drop that. That would have been a great thing to implement, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. I also think as well, Bandai could implement the same thing they did with Xenoverse 2, where we had a voting option where we could vote between like 4 or 5 characters which character we'd most likely want in the next DLC. That would have worked for this DLC, because I feel like we would have chosen the Tamagamis over Pansy. You put Pansy in the Tamagamis, we would have picked the Tamagami, even if it was just one Tamagami. Pansy, Tamagami, Majin Buu, or whatever the case may be. I feel like it would have been, you know, the Tamagami, Majin Buu, and then Pansy. You know what I'm saying? It would have given more of an ideal census of what we wanted as a community, as opposed to what they just want to throw out and give us, thinking that we would like it. Now don't get me wrong, Pansy's a fun character and all of that to play with, but as I keep saying, if I could have all of them, I would have all of them. But if I had to pick between one or the other, I would have rather the Tamagamis, because they would have been a lot more funner to play with, as opposed to taking, say, Pansy online and getting washed completely, not being able to do much at all because she has very low health, and it's hard to kind of fight against a Super Saiyan 4 Goku with just Pansy. This game can be fully revived. Hear me out. This season was their tester season. This season, they put out their ideas. They already had a roadmap planned, so they already had everything implemented, right? Cool, we can't fault them for that, even though we were vocal about certain things. If they had a roadmap of their own that they didn't really announce to us, but they had to follow, then fair enough, we couldn't do that. Because I feel like maybe secretly they had scheduled stuff already, they had their own roadmap, and they couldn't derive from that roadmap. So fair enough, Season 1 was them. Season 2 now is for us. I think they could do a huge reset on the game for Season 2. And hear me out, they can make Season 2 everything the community wanted. They can give us more story to the game itself. They can give us the game modes that we wanted. They can give us more maps. They can give us all of this. Season 2 now is fresh. They know exactly what we expect and what we want and what we were vocal about. So I feel like this next season could be the reset season for them to listen to us and give us exactly what we want as a community. Because like I said, they might not have been able to derive from certain characters, so maybe Pansy was already set, they've already kind of started Pansy and they couldn't add anymore or whatever the case may be, because of the fact that they've already had everything in place and they can't derive from that roadmap that they've created. So now that they've got a clean slate, they know exactly what we want as a community due to all the posts and the comments under their trailers and stuff like that, YouTubers being vocal and stuff like that. They know what we exactly want now. So season 2, they can't mess up because they know what we want, they know what they need to give us. It's whether or not they're gonna follow through with everything that we've asked for. And I know that you cannot please everybody. There's gonna be certain things that you don't please, because certain people were happy that we got Pansy, other people weren't. Certain people were happy that we didn't get the Tamigamis, other people weren't. So you're not gonna be able to please everybody, but the goal is to please the majority. It's the majority you wanna please, and that's how I see it. You gotta try and aim for the majority, not everybody. Alright guys, but I'm gonna ask you this. Do you think that the game is dead already? Or can it be revived with an amazing Season 2 reset? Let me know in the comment section down below. But other than that, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Stay saucy, stay sweet, and I thank you so much for the love and support for the previous video, and I hope you can do the same with this one. Anyways guys, in a bit.